Welcome back to StarRupture playtest. My name is Nilaus and we're here with our little base. Thank you very much, first of all, for the massive support. I really appreciate it. It's a game that I really want to dive into, so I'm happy that you want to do the same. As you can see, I moved my solar panels back out there into sort of the back of the base, because as some of you have also highlighted, well, these are actually, since they are pull requests, we should be able to use much more in terms of sushi belt. We should be able to put everything on one rail and then everything split out from one rail, and then we can do that. So what I really want to do is I've taken out all of the launchers because I want all the launchers to be in a single location, and then they'll sort of pull from whatever I'm producing. So I should probably have everything producing and then sort of pull them over to a separate location, which I guess will be like over here maybe, or maybe it'll be further out. I don't know. It needs to be somewhere. But the issue is that if we look at these inbounds here, then these are only able to there. These rails can have 120, and this is consuming 2 per 2 seconds, so that's 1 per second, so this is 60 per minute. And it's 120 per minute, yes. So we can only consolidate 2 of these onto one rail. And when I then go in here, then it becomes a different matter. Then
activity detected.
Come on, really already?
I recommend finding a safe place.
So we'll go through this. This one is 2 every 4 seconds. So it produces 2 every 4 seconds, and that means it's less. This is not a good icon. It's not intuitive whether how many it consumes and how many it produces. Like, okay, anyway, it makes 2 every 4 seconds, so it's only if it comes in at 60, then it comes out here at 30. So I can consolidate all three of these on one line, which is perfect. But I can't do the same thing, or can I do the same thing over here? Maybe I can. I have a little bit of time. This one is 1 every 2 seconds, so it's basically the same thing. It's also just 30. So whatever comes out here at the end of this, let me see how much. I think I left like 1 line out here for consolidation. I am going to forget the warning, but I just need to run in here. That should be something doable in a few seconds, right? And then left alt should be aligning it to the level. Okay, that's just not really getting anywhere. Okay, I'll do this. There. Good. And then, okay, now it's getting a little bit intense. That's getting a little too close. Yep, we got visitors. Well, the good news is I have completed all of these, so we can take a look at what we get for our research here while the StarRupture is going on. So let's see. This one, future health solutions. We get a med tool. Used to heal yourself or other players, chance by killing vermin, taking damage, or collecting plants. The med tool will be automatically equipped once claimed. Awesome.
You know that feeling
Thank
when
you.
you accidentally get hit by a car?
Nope.
Jumping out of a helicopter didn't go according to plan? Or maybe you were bored playing with a gun and you shot your kneecap. Those problems are over. You don't need a new expensive sleeve anymore.
Even I have to admit they did good by us.
Head to safety.
I would dream of having easy access to a med tool back at my job. But why didn't you just say what it was outright?
The planet is being incinerated.
Yep. Can't talk about health right now. Yeah, so I think that most games, they fail miserably when trying to be funny, like most content creators. So let's not do that. Inventory upgrade, I'll take it. That's nice. And here we have a grenade, and then it's gonna come up with something fun.
I'm legally obligated to go over grenade training with you.
I understand. If we must, we must. I'm listening.
The Griffiths Blue Corporation guarantees the highest level of safety during use. Even when activated, the grenade is stable and will not explode as long as you are holding it in your hand,
Titanium sheets.
making it safe to use by the whole family, regardless of age. Planetary temperature within acceptable parameters.
Okay, so that's like acceptable parameters. Let's see. It probably cooled down a little bit slower now. Well, that doesn't look like acceptable parameters. Good. So what we want to do now is we want to figure out what we want to craft, and I think what we want to do is we want to get another recipe. Is this this is the analyzing station, but the recipe terminal here, this one we can't get yet. These ones are way later, And this one here is, we can get the titanium bars. So we need to take 600 titanium bars in here so we can get titanium beams, and we also need to take another 600 so we can get titanium sheets, which will probably be what we need, and we need 600 here for the Wolfram plates. But that means we also need a lot of data points, and I think those data points come when we go outside into the world. Now it's kind of dull place to go, but I do think that we have some titanium plates here. Yes. We can take these titanium plates here. We can take these titanium plates. We can take these titanium plates. We need like how much would we need? We need 600. We're gonna get almost 600. There we go. And this one will just get a little bit more. And that should be all of it, right? Sort. That is 600. Good. So we can at least get one of the new recipes unlocked. Oops. That one, and that's under the fabricator, and we're gonna get that one. Good. So we got titanium beams, and we need sheets as well. So let's have a look at one of these. They're definitely not gonna be right here. Ooh, look at that. We need to get out and get that very soon. The orbital launch bay here. Left alt should make it stick. So we want to see what we need here. So we need sheets, preferably sheets. You can see they get 15 points, and they are only 4 for the rods. Here the same. Here the same. That one we're still really stuck on, the calcium. And what, the calcium here? I think this is actually the one we want, because this is giving us the map, which is really nice. Alright, so we need Wolfram plates, and we need, but we also need to explore. So many things to do. So what I'm gonna do is I am actually going to go out and explore, since we have some things here, because that's also kind of an interesting thing for us to do. Here, and we'll just see. We're going to be mining these locations. This ignium is, I'm going to say that it's valuable, because it's rare. We're going to take all of the, did I get it? Yes. All the emitters we get, and then we're going to go out and look for, did I get it? Yeah. Look for various locations. Okay. Someone is saying like, oh, there's these nodules on there that you can take those out. Yes. And it's a yes. And then we get the whole thing. Sometimes that works really well, like this time. Sometimes it doesn't work really well. So we're gonna go out, and you can see the world is completely desolate, and it'll be nice soon. And then we'll see until we find something interesting. We find a crate of something out here, drone wreck, and you can see, this one gives us 400 points. Nice. So we just kind of roam for these things, and you can see there's some kind of forest up there. Oh, there's a antenna thing, which is nice, but we're not going to be taking that right now, because we need money for it, or we need a map activated.
I see that. You know what I mean, gal.
Unfortunately, all information on that subject is highly classified.
So there are interesting relics, and hopefully they make sense. Oh, our calories are low. We can take one of these. There we go. Nom nom. I hate those sounds. I don't know what it's called, but there is a phobia of mouthing noises, and I'm developing that based on this character. There we go. That's nice. Another 400 points right down. First, this is another one. We need the map in order to activate these, so we'll come back once we've unlocked the map.
You were right, better. That was frightening. Such power.
What happened? I just walked, and then suddenly some prompt. I think we leveled up. Where do we see that? Story items, weapons, equipment, skills. Yeah, movement. So I think we hit level 10 survival. Maybe that's the stuff here. These are sort of enhancements that we can place, and we need to get, okay, so our combat is only level 1, our movement is level 7, and our survival is level 10. Okay, cool. We've been surviving. And you can also see that the world is regenerating. It's probably almost very soon just gonna say that it's fully regenerated. And when that happens, that means we are enemies will start spawning again. Right now we're free from enemies. Wow, yeah, this is, it takes forever to take one of these out. Some of these are really slow. Okay, the plants have regenerated now. Will I make it? Oh, barely. So these plants are super valuable because they're used for a lot of things. So don't eat them. I think they're also toxic, but they need for a lot of the research components. We can see that there's something up there, but I don't really feel confident because we might sort of be ending up inside of a spawn. There's also like a location up here. We definitely wanted to see some of this. Is that another antenna, which we don't really get much value out of, or we can't get any value out of until, oh, level up movement, until we get the map unlocked. And in order for us to get the map unlocked, what we need to do is we need to get some calcite. So we need to get a calcite, which means we need a new base. Yeah, that one is not useful. Okay, so we need a new calcite. So we need to find somewhere there's calcite deposits, and when we find those calcite deposits, we're going to be building a new base at that location if we have enough construction materials for
Interesting
that.
plant.
I think we do. Oh, we got enemies. Oh, there we go. First enemies. We can use our mining tool here. It's not great, but it works. Oh, these are a little tougher. Or we can use our gun. Oh, there's the gun. Yeah, either works fine. Okay. Well, we still have combat music, so they're still coming. And
what was that? I never heard of a species like that.
They're vermin. The main
Vermin.
threat on this planet.
they're
What do
just
you
vermin.
mean, Maine.
Most of the people that arrived on Arcadia 7 were eliminated by these creatures.
Oh,
Natural disasters you can prepare for, but vermin are a bit more unpredictable.
lovely.
Another nightmare no one told us about.
I'm your
What were
convict.
those creatures? Their behavior was similar to several species, but classifying them at first glance seems impossible based on the taxonomies I know.
Well, they're dead
Why didn't we
critters.
get any information on them?
The IRO imposed a TS9 top-secret clause on their existence. They made very sure no one ever found out about them. Aside
Nice.
from high-ranking officials, only people sent directly to the planet have ever learned of their existence.
Great. And
Claywood
that's us.
was here. You should have told us. You knew.
Of course. Don't be so naive. We're prisoners. We're not like we can actually. We're convicts. How exactly are we going to be posing questions about? You should have told us. Yeah. Anyway, we're just roaming around clearing these, and we have there's a good location for calcite, but there's also another location for calcite over there that I think I'm gonna prefer. So I'm gonna go over here and set up my base in my new base, while also just roaming around and getting whatever prickler plants we can get along the way.
Interesting
There we go.
plant.
Alright, this seems like as good a place as any to build our next little base. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here. And I don't know what that one icon is, but we can do a base core. And we can build it a little bit higher. There. And since that's on water level, then that should be like the lowest level we can expect to be running it at. So let's build it here. Good. And that means this is now a new base. This means it needs all the things that all the bases want. And we're going to start by getting a little bit of here, and then getting that one here, and also outwards, out to me, towards me. This is a little tricky to do these kind of things, I think, at least. Building our stable. There we go. That's stable. And then we'll build pillar here. And then we can build the other ones, just kind of there. Good. So now we are up on this level. And what we want to do is... I think we want to build basically a little habitat here. And press Alt to make it snap. There we go. Now it snaps. Rotate. Oh, it's too big. It's too big no matter what we do. Okay, well, it's a little bit too big, I guess. So is this 5 wide? Okay, so let's see on this side. We're just gonna go this one. should not be a big base, but it should just be so that we can say, hey, we got a little base over here that we are safe. Yeah, and this one could maybe, oops, go in and reach the ground. No, unfortunately not. So what we want to build here is, well, we're going to need power unless we hook it up to the other one. So that's probably what we're going to do. But let's start just making the stuff we want. And that is getting these ones here. That's one. And that's a second one. I'm actually going to turn it towards me. And there should be a third one up here somewhere. Yes, behind. Let's get all the way up there. And there we go. So those three need to come in here. And they need to somehow get into this location. So this is calcite, and I think we need a smelter, weirdly enough. Would you smelt this? Or excavator, I think it's a smelter. And come on. There. 1 and 2. We can now copy buildings. I know I can copy buildings. Like that. And there. So that's 3 of these. Let's see if that's correct. That's not correct. Oh, right. Of course it's not correct. The reason why it's not correct is because it is... We need it to be researched, which means we need this to be getting in somewhere. Didn't we get a depot now? Yes, we did. Okay, so we got a storage depot. And so it is working. I set up 4 of these locations. There were actually room for 4. So I put them into 2 of them into these. That means we can actually draw 1 line out, and that should be able to take all of it, because each of these are producing at 60% per minute. And these are then coming out. Then I can spread them out to 60 to 60. And that's the maximum we can sort of have on 1 line. Like, if I put more in here, then yeah, it would be more. I would only have one. If I put 3 in here, I would only have 1 line to go out, but that 1 line would get 180 in, but then could only take 120 out. So it would always accumulate in here. What I need to do is I need to simply go here. Also, my habitat is not exactly done. I just realized it. It's like just my second habitat. It doesn't need to be much. It just needs to be sort of safe. I can also just go in here, and then I can probably just make another terminal here, because it's just easier to have a few terminals. These locations. I could also probably just do a... where's my recipe? Where's my handcrafter? Basic item printer. There we go. Basic item printer. I'll probably have picked up some stuff for this. So let's just make the maximum of this. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, so... that's actually not what I wanted. It's the recipe stations I wanted. So I'm just gonna have all of the recipe stations there. So the recipe station, in order for us to get something, I need smelter. I need 1,000 of this, which is more than I can get. So we just need to get 1,000 of that. And once we have that, we actually can continue. And we're getting the last of these smelters. Insert. That means we now have the smelter recipe unlocked, and we have the calcium block. But that was actually, funnily enough, that was not at all what we wanted. So I am actually going to delete these. These can come in a bit later. Oops. Okay, that deleted a lot. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to launch it in orbital cargo. And now there wasn't a... Didn't I say something about, like, I wanted this to be done in a smarter way? Yeah, so what am I going to do now? Not a smart way? No, I just feel like I need to just smash this in here. And holding the Alt key is... It makes it difficult to place them right next to me. If I press the Alt key, then it doesn't really do much. And... yeah. Actually, that's not the shape that I wanted. I wanted it in 3x3s. I want that one, and I click it, and I rotate it so it's closer, and then I press Alt. There we go. Nice. There. So this, again, like everything else here, is super temporary, because then I just need go from here to here, from here to here. There. And all of these will now be set to the moon energy. There we go. And moon energy. There we go. And once that is done, then we're going to be starting making the calcium blocks, because we need the calcium blocks for probably the next thing. Good. This is fine. What I can do, and this is a little bit weird and a little bit cheeky, I guess, is that if I do a rail support, let's make that just here. Now that is connected, and it's also misplaced. Or
I should eat something.
Directed. Yeah, you should eat something. Yes, you should. That's a multi-support. That's not really what I wanted. The rail support. This one. There. So, what can this do for us? Lovely staircase. I can now take a rail and drag this from here towards the old base. As far as we can get. There. And we can keep going. Because rails carry electricity, and I really want this to be on one electrical grid so that everything fails at the same time, or more likely that any excess in one place can go into helping the other place out. So we're gonna just drag this back home, and then we'll have these two connected by the electrical grid. There you go. So now it's connected. That means I only have one electrical grid now. This doesn't transport anything. It's just there. So what we do need is we need to get this part here.
Use this.
And we need to also get these upgraded. There was another kind of Wolfram thing that we needed. So that for the research. So let's get that. And that's just how we connect this. And we need to set up a better build. Put that gun away. And that is in here. Our old base, and over by the recipe station. Wasn't the fabricator needed something? Yes, that one. We don't have the money yet, but we can insert it. So we're gonna go here, and then we take our damage logic board. Bling! 2 of those. That's amazing. I'm also gonna take. Didn't he say he wanted to eat something? Yes, he's very hungry. So that is calories. We'll just use these two. Yep. Get it. Shut up.
No.
I hate that sound.
Fascinating.
And
now we know more.
There we go. And we can go down here and insert. So we also need the other ones here, the titanium sheets, so we can get that done. And we also need to unload some of the stuff that we have excess in our inventory. Here, that one and that one. And these fruits and the ignium as well. No, that's not ignium. Those pricklers. We also don't want to carry those around. And also some ammo as well. Good. All good. And anyone? Any of these completed? No, not at all. But that one is coming in pretty quick. That's the one with calcium or calcite. So we now have new recipes, and we should be sort of considering what it is we want for. I think this is the best place to build it out here. I mean, maybe just forward here. I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to build it a little bit away from everything else, because I might need to expand things or build multiple tiers of things. I feel that, like, if we look at these options here, we can take our titanium bars. What can we produce titanium bars into? Titanium bars can be put into titanium rods. It can be put into titanium beams or titanium sheets. So it would be like tempting to just do like one of each. This is one every 3 seconds. Since this is what we have, I think that's actually what we're gonna do, and then we'll just kind of lead them into, put them in boxes. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take one of each and put them into boxes. I'm not sure this is the right idea, but it's an idea. So there, and oh no, damn it. Good. So the first thing we want to do is the titanium rods. That's what we're building here. The next one will be titanium sheets. There. And the last one, oh, let's just feed it all of that. And the last one here will be titanium beams. Let's feed it again. Good. And those will now be output. Oh shoot, look at this. This is bad, because this is producing one every 3 seconds. One every 3 seconds, so I could actually have 3 of these feeding in from one. And here I could have, there's one every 2, so I could actually have one smelter into 2 of these. Oh, yeah, okay. So the whole thing needs to be redone a little bit better. Well, because this one is 2, 1. Oh, this is also 1 to 2. This one is fast. Sheets are fast. So sheets are easy. Well, that's a completely new build where I want to take one smelter. This is going to be basically like we do in Satisfactory, where some of them sort of go from one smelter into 2 assemblers or 2 constructors. Let's do that. Let me set that up. Here we go again. There is another StarRupture wave incoming. Yes, I think that wave incoming. First there's a white warning that's 2 minutes, and then there's the yellow warning, which is 30 seconds, and then it counts down from 15, and then you better be inside. So the whole thing is going to be scorched. I am almost done with the restructure, and it's looking absolutely amazing. So after the wave here, we're going to be putting our finishing touches on this. We're going to see the wave commit. I love this feature. It's so cool that it's yeah.
Rupture's eruption has started.
There we go.
Prepare for impact.
That's the impact. We did have this one completed, which gives us the map, which is absolutely amazing.
I assume it's some sort of a navigation system? A map?
Great time for a conversation.
Go ahead.
None of these are available, and none of these. Okay, good. All right. So what we basically want to do is we want to get some. Oh, we can't even see this. Oh yeah, there we go. Currently there's sheets, and now it's over. So now we just need to wait for the firestorm to subside, and then we can come out. So this means that we have a map now, so we can see what we have explored. This is our primary habitat, and there's another habitat and a new base core. Then we have some unknown locations. I think this known location is the antenna, and there was also an antenna over here, I think, and then we have a monolith, and there's another monolith over here, and we apparently have some dead bodies that we didn't find, and then there's an underground cave that we need to get to, and returning to normal. Not really normal, but you know, we can at least open the door and peek out. So now we don't take damage from just standing here, but I think we take damage from stepping on these. Wait for them to cool down. Yes. Or we can just blip, 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 which is definitely not a great way, but then we can stand out here. Okay, we do still take a little bit of damage from to our shields. There you go. Shields are back online, and now it's sort of, now the air is not dangerous anymore, but this is still, the platforms are still, and that is our core. The core is just working diligently on cooling everything down. Hold to lower temperature. There you go. Now it's cold, and we can see that if this goes higher, then it takes longer time to cool down. Right, so let's go over here to our glorious little new structure here. It's almost done. Unfortunately, I couldn't quite get done. So basically what it does is there are 3 miners, so that's the maximum we can get. Here comes, each of those lines comes in at 60. That gets converted into here. Can I just do that? There we go. Then it goes in here into sheets, because sheets are something that for some reason is very fast, 2 in 2 out. So that is the maximum amount of sheets we get, and it's already full. The next one is coming in here again. 60 smelter goes into 60, and this one is half as fast, so we get 2 of these, so it goes 1 to 1. Apparently everything looks like it's 1 to 1. I can't see when there's something that goes 2 to 1 or something. I haven't seen that yet. It's all just 1 to 1, but then it's the recipe is, yeah, sometimes it can be 1 to 2, I think. I have no idea, but these ones will now be making the titanium beams, which is the slower one. Titanium beams, slow one, and the last one, titanium beams. There we go. And after we done this, yeah, actually I need to go a little bit further out. So these will now need to, oh man, they will now need to go into not you, but actually another one that's next to it. Alt, there, and that will go into a consolidation block like this, here and here, I think, because that should consolidate 1, 2, 3. Consolidate from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here, and then that goes from this location and into the storage location. Here, and this one is wanting beams, so the beams are getting here. This one's not wanting anything. It's So we take it out, and that oh. Okay, fine. And then I just basically after this, then we're now good. And oh, this goes way further out here. So it can't really go out further than this, so we need some more supports. But this works now, and from here I can then send all of this over on a, I don't know, dare I say it, maybe on a bus structure. And then after that bus structure is done, we can get that into as many as we want of these launcher locations. So that's kind of what we want to do now. So I'm going to sort of just build this way here, right? So maybe I want to sort of say out here we want to have, like, I don't know if the bus build is even feasible. It probably isn't, because what about the crossing? Can they cross? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Oh no, they don't need to cross. That's the brilliant part of it. They basically need to go out on a single. Oh, this is the why I did this. I forgot. Okay, so they don't need to. They can actually be going out into a single location here. That one. So what if we just take all of them on a single line? Like this. Then, because it is a pull request. There. They will not be going out onto these belts yet. I wonder if there's a directionality on this. Yes, there is a directionality, so you have to point it in the right direction there. That one. And then that should be going out here, and then out here we can just build a massive location that is just doing the launchers. Cool. Let me try that. Right, I had this idea. There are these caves here that are blocked off, and I thought, you know what? Maybe they are actually not blocked off after the right after the StarRupture, and it burns through it. So that was a correct assumption. So now we know how to open it. I was trying with grenades and all sorts of things, and it just did not work. So it turns out that you just need to go in here. Oh. Okay, this is gonna end poorly, isn't it? Well, what could possibly go wrong?
A cave. It's worth exploring.
T. No. There you go. We want the wide light here. Whoa, a cave. That's worth exploring. That's never never the right thing to say. There will definitely be enemies in here, but maybe glow crab. Nice. Okay. Is that also a glow crab? No, it's only like a big one. Big glow crab. I can't squeeze through here. Okay.
I've learned something new.
What is that you learned? Oh, level up. Okay. That's not a whole lot of things in here. Like, if I can't squeeze through this one, what even is there? Is there a crouch? Oh, no, I got through it. And another glow cap.
Interesting plant.
Yes, indeed. Another interesting plant.
Good stuff.
Indeed. Now, I think that's all I can get from this. There was a dead body. What is this? This is a lesser swapper. It uses firearm swap speed. Okay. And
could
war
come in
bonds.
handy.
And a calorie bar.
Correct. A limbic enhancement membrane. It increases the brain's capabilities. Once placed in the disc, it will improve your motor or cognitive skills.
Good.
That's what I thought. You could feed a family for years for one of these things. And here they're just lying around.
What? What are you complaining about? Okay, so that was pretty cool. That was something I was kind of thinking that could be a way to open these. So we have to go in and go there. And we also get some glorious glow cab fruits here. They heal, they're good, but they probably also need to be used into something else. Anyway, we were in the process of rebuilding our base. Right, this is the moment of truth. We now set it up. We've set a sushi line for all of the titanium products. Well, all of the 3 titanium products we have, they are all fully loaded, and then we need to go out. So first thing, we are going to set up these 10. Yeah, I just built 10. We're definitely going to build more if it works, but there's a chance that I'm misunderstanding something. So what we'll see is that they'll sort of burst out, and then there'll be a shortage on the on this mainline belt. But since these are really slow, then it should sort of even itself out. So what I want to do is I want to say like, oh yeah, you want to be getting some titanium sheets. We should see some titanium sheets flowing out from over there. We're seeing something there. We should also see, yes, so titanium sheets is coming into this one. Then the thing is, like, we actually don't have anything else than titanium sheets we want, because that's the best thing we have. So even though that means that what we could do is we could also sort of set it up to something else, to, for example, build construction materials or something like that. But honestly, at this point, the only thing we want is we want this one. So future health solutions, we're going to be bouncing that one down all the way. Are we? Yeah, let's get 3 of them for future health solutions. Then let's get something else for, what's the next one? The next one is selling corporation and selling corporation. And you know what? I think I can just build one more. So it's like 6 plus 6. Let's do that. That's the selling corporation. And then we're going to go into the next one. That's Griffith. Okay, so since there's only 2 of these that need Wolfram plates, I think we're gonna go with the Wolfram plates instead for this one. Yeah, or we can also just do this here. And then since there's 3, then this one might be... And then we'll also have... This one requires the calcium blocks, which we don't have yet, but we'll get there. And then we can get the Wolfram plates. They'll need to go into the last 3. Let's actually just set them up here. Wolfram plates, and oops, no, not that one. You know we actually have it. Then there, Wolfram plates. So that means we need to get Wolfram plates out here, and if we can get it into the same, then we'll see if the whole thing works. Like obviously now it's just feeding out as much as it can. First of all, we'll also have some shortage here on production. But at some point, I'm believing that it will be stalling, because these will be capped in terms of how much they can actually send off. Once this one has a full buffer here, then it'll stop consuming, and this one will stop consuming, and therefore it'll slowly start sort of realizing that it doesn't need quite as much. I hope. We'll see. Okay, so now we're going to take our build over here. This is this build is feeding in. Oh, this is actually funny how I did this. Yeah, okay, that really shouldn't be how it is. But anyway, I want to see if it works. So that feeds in here, and then we see that something is going out. Good. This one is still emptying, so we can see that soon, hopefully, it'll only start sending out in the speed that it's being used at. What I can also do is I can change these 2 down here. I can change that to being that one. So it's the same Griffith blue, but I just changed it over to use the other one because I have that one. And there. So that should mean that there's going to be less of you coming in. But it's still being like 100% of what is coming in. And now it's just a mix, which is nice. And ooh, it's stalling. That's interesting. Right, that's interesting, because that's really shouldn't be the case on this setup. So I have to do this to clear out the path. And then I can change it again to that one. Okay, so they can actually jam. Like this, they jam. Can I remove... I can take the stuff that's up here, because they shouldn't be branching in here anymore. Oh, it's just all the stuff that is already en route. Okay, so that's a little bit of a... Changing recipes is not a great idea. But in the grand scheme of things, I would say that it works, but it's so constrained by the belt capacity or the rail capacity that it's not a great option. Like, I honestly think that what I could do, and that would make it better, which I absolutely hate, is I could take a path from here and just bypass it all the way over, if I can get that far, over here. Then it would be 2 belts merge and 2 belts merge in. It wouldn't really make a difference, honestly. Oh, nothing goes out on that one. That's actually funny. Okay, so, well, good thing it didn't work. It's pretty clear that what would be better in this case would be keeping these separate, but there is the advantage would be that the advantage of this one is that I don't have to sort of deal with which one is where. I just have them all collected and I just set them up to whatever it is, and then it pulls from wherever the storage of that is, which is a great idea. It just is belt constrained. And if we look at how fast each one launches, I don't know, is this 10 seconds? I think it's 10 seconds. So you could say that if this is consuming one every 10 seconds, then I have 6 of those every 10 seconds. That should be less than the what is being crafted at 1 per second, right? But if this is only 5 seconds, like, well, why doesn't it say how long it is? Ah. Oh, right. Oh, maybe it does. Ah. No. Power need? No, it doesn't say. That's weird. Like, there really should be more indication of what is, of how long time things take. It is a factory game after all, at least partially. Okay, so let's knock out some of these researches. That's pretty good. So let's take stock of the situation. We can also go down here, go to our other base, and then set it up to actually just have this produce some. Now I'm thinking I could use this very long belt to basically also feed it into the same line and just have everything in one place. That would be like the ideal situation, but again, we're going to be so constrained by rail capacity. That it's actually going to be limiting us too much. But I do think we want to just make this one completed and make it into blocks. Okay, so this is now also built, and we can now say this is the one that's missing. Oh shoot, I need sheets. Oh no! Oh no, I needed sheets. I don't even have sheets. Okay, never mind. We could just make this the slow way of just using the calcium blocks, but we still have so many of them that it probably is going to be fine. There and over on this side, and then we can just figure out how we get more these calcium blocks turned into calcium sheets. That's probably that's a fabricator recipe, but at this point I'm not going to be redoing the whole thing until we get this one completed at least, because I just built it in a way that could not be expanded very well. Let me see if that's a recipe on the fabricator that we just don't have. Recipe station, there we go. Fabricator? No? Okay, so maybe that's just a fabricator recipe we actually have. Okay, but that's if we look at here, we can go and see, oh, 99%. We have many more new cool things. Why is this stuck at 99%? There we go. So that's now all of these are done. Let's have a look at the let's have a look at what we get. A LEM station. We're not going to take those because it'll start like an endless loop of things. A furnace. You can see how many new recipes that unlocks. Oof, exciting. Equipment upgrade station, so we can upgrade and we can get better weapons. And then let's see. This is the moon energy. This is the one we're working on. And then here we got this one. I need to show how awesome that is. There we go. The building drone. Yes, this is take that satisfactory. So if we want to build something, then my issue has been that it's so difficult to sort of align these like perfectly, like then you just press C and we have a drone, so we can now build from the top down. That's so amazing, right? And then we can much easier sort of see, okay, here it is amazing, and there we go. We can see what kind of build it is, we can rotate it, we can do all sorts of things. It is amazing. So yeah, that's gonna be like the cliffhanger for next time. We'll take a look at all the other cool things as well. But we did go out, we taught a little bit of the enemies, but we're gonna get way more on the enemies next time. But we figured out how to do this pull request system from the map, or from this system that's a little bit unique. Well, no, very, very unique, and it gives us options to make factories in a different way than we're used to, which is always nice. But it is kind of still very much a satisfactory setup, where we sort of are constrained by the infinite resources that come in, and then we need to sort of figure out what are we going to use those resources for, and how are we going to use that more efficiently. And obviously all of this has now stalled because, well, there's no pull over here anymore. But the beauty of this design is also that I can just go over here and set up something, then it'll start pulling in the next, if it's something we have. There we go. For example, do we have the... Oh, we don't have any of these. Do we have any of these? Yeah, okay, we actually have the beams here. They give a lot more. So, you know, we can take the beams here. This is the... Oh, okay, that was a... Don't know why that was like that. Okay. And so we get 3 of these. Sun coppery, and then the next one. Griffith blue. Yeah. We don't have these titanium housing yet, so we just make do with what we have. And that one here. Griffith blue, that one, and let's get more in here. More Griffith blue. Put in. And then on the other side, let's see what else we have. Moon energy, we're working on this, and we can just go this one again. And we'll just probably just set all of these up to this. It would be nice that you could sort of have it flow into the next one if it was already there. There. And get back in here. Recapture it. And go back in. And then this should also be working really fast. And then that's it. We have already started working on the next one, and lots of stuff is now coming in. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and got a little bit better view of this, how the space works. And let's actually do something like this and then go. There we go. So now we can actually see the base a little bit nicer. If anyone knows a way to get to remove the UI, then let me know, because I don't know how to remove it and I really need it. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.